So, hello to the people of Greensboro. No, I'm not gonna say Gotham. Um, my headphones are on, so whatever you hear outside of my voice, this is just to help me vocalize a little bit more. Other than that last part, because I do know how to talk, but at the same time, I don't talk well enough sometimes out loud. It's just something I just do. So we got this little thing going on where I'm gonna have the last my poblanos, some onion bits, and I got a hamburger 80/20. No, don't bother me about it. It's just hamburger. Truth be told, it's like, do I really have to actually show you what it looks like? It's ground beef. I mean, sorry to my Pakistan Muslim people. Don't worry, this is only when the wintertime hits and I got a hunger appetite like a beast. And what will this involve? Right now I got this beautiful sauce going on that I just started. Right here in this little saucepan. Sorry, my camera doesn't want to zoom out, so I gotta do certain things. So this saucepan right here has some olive oil, some cayenne pepper. I'm gonna just pull out the ingredients instead. So we have this nice little chicken mix herb blend that I made here in the studio, which is my apartment. Then we have cayenne. And then we have this and this. Two different fused, herb infused olive oils that I made. Yeah, this one is like maybe 2 or 3 different herbs of rosemary, I think basil and oregano. And this one is, we're just gonna say infused with some herbs. And it's all in here, nicely blended. Let you get possibly a good look at that without the shadows looming and all that. My bad. So, you know, there it is. Nice infused blend. Brought to you by yours truly, Wolfman. So I did put a good amount of cayenne pepper in here, so it's going to be a little bit of a super strong kick in the mouth and the stomach if you're not ready for that. So we're going to turn that up to light medium heat. I had it on low medium. Like, everybody's like, what's low medium? Well, you know, once we stop looking at at all that over there. So right here, when you have it here, this is low, but then you have it low medium. When you have it here, it's high medium. It's high low. My bad. Then you have medium. Then you have low medium. Then you have high medium, and then it's high. A lot of people don't tell you that. So I had it here. Now I'm moving it to medium. Trying to get that heat going. Get the time running. In the meantime, we got some stuff where I'm going to be just cutting vegetables and making them nicely either fine diced or fine, you know, I can't say julienne or minced because these are already small, especially with these. These are already small. I can't really mince any further than that, mainly because I didn't do years of practice and because also, let's not think too much about it. All right. Before any further ado happens, we have a nice little bowl that we're going to put all of our vegetables in. Close already. Now, With my hands already washed and my life is already taken care of, the only thing we do now is we select our peppers. These are going back, so I will say that the ones I will use are the ones that are the least of a worry. Some way, shape, or form. Yep, this one's still good also. Yeah, I'm cutting all the ones that are good because if I use them now, it's less of a hassle later. I'll just have to go to the store and grab more. Thank you, Sam's Club, every now and again. I can't say the other place because I don't need nobody in trouble. Got 7 poblanos. Take that back. Now, a lot of people are like, you just had them fresh in the fridge and all that stuff, but I still clean my stuff. So this was just to show you. This is where I put them. For the onions, we're gonna have to dial that back a different way because we don't have, I didn't really put these in a resealable container, so that's my fault. Don't need a lot. And about what I just took out this bag, that's how much we're going to use. Now, a nifty little trick I learned from my job is if you want to get the enzymes and onions, you know, the stuff that makes you tear up, kind of fade down and fall back, a hot water bath or a shower basically continuously running on them does that. Now, for our poblanoes, just let those. I'm a little conveniently awkward. Oh wow. Oh, so right now, my olive oil is boiling. That's gonna be that basically is gonna be a sauce to what I'm making with the everything. If you wanna, you can just call it a spicy water. back hurts. So we got about 4 more to go. I'm not a fast cutter. I like to make sure I don't, take anything off. Oh, that makes me remember something. Now, before I go any further, I want to give a shout out and through Amazon, Full Hill knife collection. Yay, fully. However you say that. Somebody in comments below, whether this is Facebook or YouTube, just help me out. Instagram, this probably be a little too long for that anyway, so that's why I'm not posting that here. Or it won't be too much of a problem, just it's, I prefer it to go where I can be able to set it. But yeah, their knife collection, and then also their safety thoughts about all of us. You ever get any knife collection off of Amazon, it does come with a pair, and if you are careful to look at the details, some knife collections like mine for kitchen sets came with a pair of cut-proof gloves. Do I take these with me to work? No, I don't need to, but I'm at home and there's no first aid like when I go to work, so caution is always important. Fight time. What we do is we cut these. So what you want to do is make sure these are as thin or as medium as possible. No matter what the size preference is, you're trying to incorporate this. We're kind of making I want to say we're making a meatloaf in a way, because it's gonna have peppers and onions, and I'm gonna give a shout out to a few other people. Shout out to RVA MMA, even though we discontinued a little bit, and but still, shout out to the Holmes and everybody that was part of that team. Shout out to Nakmoi. These are 2 gyms that I used to train at back in Virginia. I'm in North Carolina now. The other gym I used to train at back in Virginia, where I was born and raised, was RVA MMA. My bad. MMA Institute, and also Bang Bang Kickboxing. For a certain somebody on that last that last shout out. I hope nobody tries to come after my ass. But yeah, shout out to y'all, all you gyms and all you coaches. Awesome people. Depends on your preference and your discipline. So, right now, also shout out to Matrix MMA, my current gym that I'm at right now. Because regardless what you do in life, there's a moment where you're going to fight somebody. And you got to know how to fight before you bother about being able to call yourself better than anybody. If you don't know how to use your hands, putting stuff in them is only temporary. For the bullets, one day you'll run out. You still need to learn how to use your hands. And as a few of my fellas that I work with, the old motto that we all agreed on was, for all you homies, you can shoot somebody, but remember, in prison you can't shoot. So make sure your hands are strong. You can worry about shooting later. So outside of that, like I said, shout out to those gyms. Shout out to everybody I used to train with. And God rest a good friend of mine that I was down here with in North Carolina. He's no longer with us. I say shout out to Tyron Hildum. I hope I said his name right. We lost him a few days ago. Soldier suicide is serious and it should be importantly looked at, and people should actually care about the people that defend their flag and country. Because if you're not going to do it, they doing it, and then they're dealing with stuff that you don't want to deal with. So prevent soldier suicide. In the future, I will possibly do the 1,000 push-up challenge in memory and honor of my fallen comrade. No, I'm not military. I'm military. I'm a first-generation military brat, but on my dad's side of the family, and third by my mom's side of the family. Or second. I'm trying to make sure I got the timing right on where the military lifestyle situation was at. And to my other active family and friends who are still alive, kudos and respect to all of you. Semper Fi, hoorah. I forgot how to say the one for the Army. All I remember is hoorah. So don't blame me. Keep your underwear untwisted. Not my problem. We don't talk a lot, but I still think about all of my good friends, men and women alike, who, whether they are in the uniform or they are family of ones in the uniform. To everybody out there in the fight community, ones that I've trained with, yeah, it's good to see you again, even though I'm physically not talking to you sometimes. I sometimes hope we're all still going to the gym every now and again. So, that should be a challenge, be like gym post challenge, MMA gyms, amateur level. We already know the pros are training. How many amateurs are out there every now and again clocking in those hours at work and then clocking in that gym time? You know what I mean? All right. So yeah, to everybody out there, good to hear from you. All of my homeboys, all of my homegirls. Shout out to my exes, mainly because I got no beef with none of them. Maybe one of them. But, I mean, I don't know, the truth be told. But it's like, you'll never know when your day comes where you gotta look back in life and be like, man, I wish I did more before I pass away. But me, I'm more like, I want to make sure that everybody I had in my life in a way that was impacting, seriously, like if you made something part of my life impactful, whether it was for a long time or for temporary moments, I still want to give y'all a shout out. All the good people that I know. Because without y'all, I mean, like, you gotta remember, sometimes those moments do make what happens in the majority of someone's life. So we got our oil burning. Now we got our peppers chopping up. After this will be the onions. And don't worry, I'm not as slow on the onions as I would be on this. I just prefer that these do not get cut wrong, because then it's an uneven cooking that I gotta worry about. Then again, that's the point. When you mess with vegetables, always remember the way you cut them is also depending on how long it'll take for them to cook. Sometimes, because they're water-based, they cook fast, but it depends. You got your rooted vegetables with seeds, and then you got vegetables that are without seeds, who are also rooted vegetables. These are not rooted. My apologies for all you vegans out there. I know what you're about to do. Calm down. These are your vegetables that basically grow on like either trees or they grow on vines like tomatoes do. So yeah, I'm not really big on keeping awkward silence. That's why every now and again talk a lot unless I'm at work. That's the only time I'm like either talking or responding, because that's what you're supposed to do when you're either in a kitchen or an environment where people are speaking. They need to know that you heard them. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bunch of people yelling at you every second, saying, "Say something! Stop being an asshole." Keep that from happening. I'm always responding and making sure that I'm either responding to them or to whatever the subject is that I need to respond to. Now, also, I made a video earlier with me doing some dough for dumplings slash noodles. And I was not smart enough to add all of that in at once when I should have. So this video and a few others will be uploaded one after another, but they've not been done in the same day. They've been done different time frames and different days. Just to help everybody understand. Now, also, kudos to and shout out for Super G Mart on West Market. Sushi Ginger. That Pacific brand is literally not inexpensive, as in it is expensive. It is very much a good small bite of my paycheck just to get one bottle of that, and I will never do it again with that brand. It's nothing against them. It's more like I'm not rich enough yet to be doing that type of spending. But yeah, I was thinking of it, but at the same time, I was like, hey, I see that same bottle at work, and then I went to the store, saw it again, and was like, that looks good because it actually does well. That's what I did. Shout out to Super G because they have some good stuff that sometimes, I mean, all respect to Walmart and Sam's Club doesn't always have. And let's be honest, you shouldn't be able to get everything in one place. It's going to be overcrowded. Let's be real. Y'all acting like it's a better idea to not have to go to more than one spot. And sometimes it is, even if you don't like to burn your gas. It's more like make sure you're doing it all in a subjective time frame where you don't have nothing else crazy important to take care of. You won't really have a problem. Believe that. further in this video while I'm, prepping, like I'm supposed to be at work, even though I'm off the clock, and I'm also off tomorrow morning, thank God. I got some breathing room to get my legs back underneath my feet. But yeah, back to the suicide prevention thing. It is never a good idea to say that men don't go through shit. I mean, if that was the case, men wouldn't be killing themselves. So I'm tired of hearing that, and everybody stop making excuses why that's okay to say. Really, please stop making excuses. If men didn't have it hard, we wouldn't be killing ourselves. Stop saying that. Our lives are just as painful as you don't want to admit it is. And realistically speaking, I don't see a lot of people okay with taking our places. That's why it's also a respectable, you shouldn't say that. You might want our work life, you might want our living life, but you do not want our life. And respectfully, I don't even like to be a man sometimes. I like to sometimes go back to being a figment of imagination that didn't exist. And every now and again, I can't really let myself get to that mindset, because then remember, you're on the earth for a reason. Find out what it is, become what it is, and then make an impact to the rest of the world so that they can know that they can do the same thing. That's all you gotta do. Now, nobody said it was gonna be easy, but they said that was the job. Now, I will say this because I'm not sure if I'll have kids in the future or not. I will hopefully have a loving wife, and she will enjoy my company every now and again. Or she'll be doing what I'm doing, cooking, and while I'm out working. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Somebody's got to put food in the house. And not all the time will the restaurant be okay with somebody showing up late at night because they want to get home, they want to eat when they get home. It's like, sometimes learn how to do something, because there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, truth be told, the elders did the same thing I'm doing. Elder women, elder men, your grandma and grandpa. That's why you had a family dinner when you were a child, because somebody taught them how to do it. Don't be afraid of something that they did. Never be afraid of it. Now, whoever told you it was a bad idea, do remember it was still their idea to tell you it was a bad idea, but they weren't right. If you don't like cooking, that's one thing. You got to learn how to so you can survive, because you're not going to always have money in your pocket, and you got a kitchen in your house for a reason, or your apartment. Put it to use. If your grandparents are still alive and complaining, that's because you didn't take anything that they had in their kitchen and try to replicate it. So, of course, they're going to be upset for you for a long time until you prove something is worth them noticing about you. Everybody's like, oh, I go to school. Okay, they did too. I have a job. They also had that. Do something that you're not doing that they've already done. Show them that they don't have nothing to worry about. You'd be very surprised that what I'm saying is reality, what they are looking for. I remember telling my grandmother that I knew how to cook. She was overjoyed knowing that. And she was a little surprised when I burnt some things, but she was like, I'm happy to see progress. That's what she said. For all of y'all who don't know, my grandmother was a full-time mother, full-time worker, and a full-time wife at the same time. But reversed order everything I said, that's what she did. Full-time wife, full-time worker, full-time mother. But she prioritized her family regardless. And I respect, kudos to her every time I think about my grandmother. So anybody who feels funny about what I say every now and again, do remember, I had a woman that proved that, other than my mom, why everything I say is important. My mom had me and my brother. My grandmother had 3 kids and still was able to keep the house together until everybody was fully grown and that flocked the nest. So What's your excuse? That's going to be the whole thing. Now, some people get mad when they hear that, but also do remember, as much as I don't care, is it really making your life better to get mad at me about something that you've heard somebody also say about you? If I'm saying it in general and you get mad, that means somebody's already said it to your face and you got to prove them wrong. Not by fighting back or being vindictive, but literally prove what they say about you wrong. If you're not willing to do that, then just swallow the pill and stop crying. Life wasn't going to be easy, but it's not supposed to be too easy either. As a good fight practitioner said, don't pray for an easy life, but pray for the strength to endure a hard one. Answers in the comments only. I don't care. If you get the right one, you might get a prize that makes your life better. Wisdom. That's the prize. I'm not rich enough to give anybody shit right now. My bad stuff. Oh, in the future when I start doing these, I probably might do graphic tees and hoodies and all that stuff. You know, commemorating that I have a channel now. Well, I already have a channel. It's not like subscribe channel type situation yet. Not crazy high, but at the same time, it's still up there. I got like a few views, maybe a few followers and subscribers. Not everything I do is like, oh man, I want to do that too. I mean, but it's still stuff that it's like, I hope you are doing this type of thing. Now, shout out to BuzzFeed. A few of my videos were inspired by them and from them at the same time. So before anybody tries to cry copyright craziness, I do admit my situations. I don't know about the rest of why all you people like to come after innocent people like a bunch of hounds on a hunt. Like, that's unnecessary. Alright. Now we check our sauce. Alright, before we burn it, let's get it off the heat. Let it chill over here. Come back to earth. Put the sauce, which is our oil. We will put that away somewhere where it won't be too much of something to worry about. Let that rest, let it breathe, let everything incorporate, not burn up. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, cooking is not really a slave labor activity. It is a life-saving activity because it keeps you alive. How? Because at least when you're cooking, you know what you're doing. And even if you don't know what you're doing, you're learning something. There's nothing wrong with it. And to the Middle Eastern people, prayers to all of you about the Israel thing. Sorry y'all going through that. I know I didn't do anything about it, but at the same time, I feel bad that y'all don't know peace and freedom right now because that's what y'all are dealing with. Y'all go through wars more than we go through anything in this country over here. And I do have to apologize in advance that y'all feel like nobody's doing anything to help. I mean, truth be told, people would. And I mean, people really would if they were able to. But my thoughts and prayers are out to every person out there who are either alive, dead, or struggling to deal with both. All of those who are surviving, please don't riddle yourself with survivor's guilt. You are surviving because somebody helped you, and that's what they wanted to do and could do for you. Just pass on that same kindness and keep yourself alive. Because you don't know who's willing to listen to you about what happened before everything went from peace to pain. And somebody's got to hear the story, not just the news telling y'all. No. Not sure if I stacked those evenly, congruently, or together. Notice that I've been moving around a little bit too much. For those like compadres from the fight community, I don't know how much weight I've lost so far right now. I haven't really paid attention. I've just been eating right and not as much as I used to. My coworkers can even tell you I always, majority of the time, either if I order food, it's vegan burgers or basically a salad. And if I do order anything meat-wise, I don't order it with bread. And that's another thing. The less bread you eat, the less you got to worry about what's wrong with your diet system. A lot of people are saying you can eat what you want. You can. But at the same time, make sure you're eating correctly what will help you do what you need to do to see results you were looking for in the mirror, other than just, when you go to the gym. Now, exercising heavily is still important, like, no matter what, because that's the whole point. You exercising will still show the difference of your body producing results versus your body having results. And a lot of people don't like that because they're like, I want to have the results, but I don't want to produce the results. Well, you can't have the results until you produce the results. It's the same thing like when you went to school. Going to the gym is like going to school and not PE class. You studying is the same thing as you exercising. And your final test is literally the existence of how your body looks when you take your shirt off and you're down to your underpants. When you look at yourself in the mirror. Or when you're naked before you get a shower. Or when you come out of the shower. How you're feeling and how you are is the test results for the studying and examinations you did while you were at the gym every day, busting your ass, if you stay consistent with it. For everybody who's saying what's so important about that, let's use the philosophical side of things for all of you intellectual weed heads too. The river turned mountain to rock, not because of its element, but because of its consistency. The water didn't stop, so the mountain got cut down until it was nothing left but either a boulder or a rock or a pebble. Consistency is the same way you are when you at work. You don't want to be there, but you're there. You don't feel like it, but you're doing it. That is what consistency does. And then it turns into discipline. But from that discipline, you can be the greatest person in the world, but you gotta want to do it. There will never be a time in your life where that is not true. It is always true. Now, time to get my onions. I let them sit a little bit. First, we drain excess water. After we've done drained, then we bring them over here, and these are some very beautiful red onion pits that have been nicely produced by Mother Nature and by God, and I will not take either one of them for granted. The rest of the world can, I won't. Now, my gloves got wet during the last part, so we're going to kind of carefully but quickly cut everything here. Oh, yeah, and speaking of, carefully and quickly, anytime you wash your onions with hot water, it gets that extra layer, that invisible layer that makes it hard for them to hold when they get wet. That invisible, it feels a little weird type skinnish slime type thing, the texture to it. It helps that peel off faster, by the way. I also learned that from work. Truth be told, if I wanted to go back to culinary class, the fact that I have my job the way I do, working in the kitchen, so I could basically work at higher end places, would be a lot more easier for me when it's all said and done. Now, after we've done diced this, the reason why I'm not mincing, but I will be using my blender to help take care of things. Now, a little trick I learned from celebrity chefs and all that is that sometimes they'll just, go barely through the onion or, whatever vegetable it is that is built like one, and they'll just, calmly show you to do something like this. There you go. A little dice, a little chop, and it saves time. Me, on the other hand, I just look for innovative ways to cut things all the time, like solid meats or vegetables. It's like if I can find a way to cook it, I'll find a way to first prepare it. Because you'll never know. It's like, what if somebody wants to see you do something amazing with what you're eating? And let's be honest, not everybody is going to be at the restaurant or... There's not going to be everybody celebrity-wise showing you how to cut vegetables and fruit to make them look like a beautiful display. You wouldn't be wrong to learn how to do it. Me, I would be charging people $100 because it's like, if I'm doing something for you and it's taking time and energy and effort, not only to be there but do all the preparations, yeah, 100. Now, it depends on the situation. If we're cool, I don't know, but I might charge less. Future-wise, not right now. I don't have a at-home chef certification. And to all of those looking for a sneaky fix of whatever fetish you have, the answer is no. If it's not legit what it's supposed to be, it will literally be refunded, and also you will be no longer in service with me. So, carry on. Now, every now and again, you got, onion cores like these. Sometimes when it's not too much to cut, don't make it too much to cut. Put it at an angle and just slice away. Now, the reason why I'm doing so much onion, so much everything like this, these are the type of fruits, vegetables, or in future you will see different types of fruits I work with that boost your strength, your immune system, and the fluids in your blood, along with your natural body fluids as well. And that is the reason why I eat certain foods, like spicy food or nutrient-rich food. Even if it's a root vegetable. Shout out to my friends and family, but mainly to my older sister and my little brother that I know about right now, because every now and again it's good to at least talk to each other every now and then. But when we don't talk a lot, it's like, just so you know, I don't always hate everybody. If we feel like I got a grudge against you, unless I know who you are and it's legit, yeah. Not everybody I got a grudge against. It's more like I have lost contact with you, or you lost contact with me, and that's all it is. Everybody being adults, trying to do it the right way and working on not doing it the wrong way. To my future wife, just know I will sometimes, if you let me help you cook in the kitchen, we'll do that. If you don't, I understand. But if you get sick, your butt will sit in bed. I will make you chicken soup, and I do know how to do that. And I mean, beef soup, chicken soup, fish soup, just strictly vegetable soup. Not my forte, but I still know how to make it. Not highly a vegan, more like a pescatarian. You know, one of those guys that eat like sometimes heavy but still lean. But mainly a lot of fruits and vegetables more than the meat. So in a way, I'm the middle guy where you look at it like I'm not a dwarf, I'm not a hobbit, and I'm not an elf. More like I'm a wolf, but you know, I'm one of those healthy eating wolves, not big and stupid, always chomping on just meat. Reason for why I'm so big, if I'm talking about eating healthy, I was originally born, and the way I was born, I was a big kid. I was big as a baby, and I was also big as a child. So it was natural. It's natural that my body frame stands out like it does. I didn't just overnight protein shake and creatine myself up until I was jacked. I just literally was big growing up, and I had a huge metabolism and muscle development. And I mean, we found the right ways to deal with it because how big I was. I played football as a child. I was a lineman because of my stature and my size. I mean, you see how wide my shoulders are, so you definitely know. If I tackled you, it wasn't basic. It wasn't just a tackle. It was me trying to go through you because my coach was adamantly happy to punish people who did not try their best. I remember just being in elementary school to middle school when I used to play for this Little League team, junior Little League team. And coach was like, oh yeah, if you decide that you're not going to put your best foot forward, I'm going to make you pull off your best in practice. And we, being a child, you don't know how to do push-ups at the time when we were all growing up. For all my people in the 90s, 80s, and early 2000s, we didn't know about doing push-ups and all that because some of us didn't grow up all heavy in the field with our families, unless you were a farmer or the child of a farmer. So our coach was like, oh, I usually make y'all do 10. If anybody screws up on purpose, triple it. 30 push-ups, and then for every time you mess up, it's another 5 after that. Now, being as a kid, that was not fun. Didn't like the idea, so I always did my best. Because not only did I not want to let myself down, but I didn't want to get punished by the coach on doing any exercises that were supposed to be easy. Having to look over next time and saying, I don't want to go practice, and crying in my soul saying, I'm afraid of the coach. So, do your best every time, whether it's sports or, just work in general. Make sure you actually care about the job, not just who's there, because remember, everybody, you can always be cool with everybody, but make sure your work is what you're doing. Because the boss only pays you because of your work, not because of how many times you socialize with the coworkers. Now, unless your job is a survey team, that's the only time talking with your coworkers makes sense. But outside of that, if you have one of those, you need to be in this space or this post doing what you're supposed to do, or this work environment, and making sure the job gets done. Okay, get it done. Don't say F this because you don't want to say F this and you on the street. So say I got this and get it done. Because a lot of people ain't holding it down for nobody else no more. As soon as they see things getting expensive, they like, are you ready to split some bills? And if you say no, they not splitting no bread with you. You could be literally struggling. If you're not trying, they're not going to help. To my first cousin, Marcus, shout out to you. I know Hollywood is kind of giving you shit, just kidding. You're kicking the crap out of everybody. I acknowledged his existence a long time ago. I just don't say a lot about him because I try to let his life be peaceful with the little peace he has. As I said earlier in the beginning of this video, shout out to my soldier friends and family. I know y'all are doing your best to make sure that the world is a safer place, especially this country. Hats off to y'all. All I can say is Godspeed and glory to Valhalla. Let the battlefield be your home, or until the time is come that you go to your home in grace. These onions messing with me, bro. These onions messing with me. They starting to fight. Shout out to my current colleagues at the gym I go to. Shout out to Todd, head coach. Shout out to J Matrix. I basically call it the Matrix Mafia. Kudos on that shot because the name of the gym is Matrix MMA. So we, the Matrix Mafia, I'm Wolfman. Um, we got our head coach, Todd Matrix. Our other head coach, Jay Matrix. That's just me saying that. That's not really his nickname. We got who else we got over there? We got Aaron, Sweet Poison, Will Sweet, his son. Hopefully he doesn't hold it against me about that one. We got Butterfly Effect. We got the Latino Heat boys over there too. We got the Asian Sensation. When I say the Latino Heat over there, Oswaldo, David. Who else? Dang. Don't hold it against me. I'm still remembering people's names when I get like this forgetful when I haven't been around you in a while. But at the same time, I still remember you. We got up and coming boy Christian the Killer. That boy's a sniper in the boxing ring. Watch it. He might come after you. Who else? We got the Asian assassin Scott, and the other one Kim. Don't mess with them. Even in the light alley, they will put you down. You will have a problem. We got Battlefield brother Benji, Big Papa Bear, as he likes to sometimes call himself. We got also, who else? Crazy Claw, DeWitt, Dixon. No, he's not related to Daryl Dixon from The Walking Dead. Everybody chill out with that. We got Aaron the Annihilator. That's who I was talking about earlier. He's a very good jiu-jitsu guy, so watch out for him. We got Alex, who is very strong with what he does. Yes, he's the accuracy boy. Alex the Accurate. Watch out, he's got limbs that will lock you down and you ain't getting back up from that. We got God rest his soul. We got a group known as Tyron Hill. Peace with you, brother. See you on the other side sometime in the future, later on in life, when we are too tired and too old to carry our guns anymore. We will meet you on the other side. In my case, that will be the sword. We also got the real Monster Nate. I'm just basically naming everybody in the fight team. People that have fought, people who are fighting currently also. We got the south of the border, Dalton, and to who else? One of our other teammates who I ain't seen in a while, Quentin, the quiet one. Don't worry, he's not really quiet, but I don't think you're going to see it or hear it coming when he knocks you out. So all of his enemies, y'all going down. I already said me, the Wolfman, wild and crazy in the cage. Nah, I'm technical, but I don't let you see how technical it can get for you because I'm trying to put you down. Hit the cage, I'll turn the place into a forest. You ain't seeing nothing. You just know I got you once, and I'm getting you until the ref takes me off. Either by submission or knockout. But it's always good to know these power bomb called hands did the job sometimes. And these aqua slick arms that are big as hell. Oh, they slept you, didn't they? I know somebody coming at me in the comments right now, but there you go. I just say to all the homies right now at the gym I'm currently at, oh, and to a homegirl also at the gym, Aaron the Annihilator, or we could just say the Equalizer because she does know how to fight. So we got this. Now I'm gonna go ahead and set up my blender. Alrighty, so blender set up. What we're gonna do is take everything that is nicely cut up, do this a little bit with half of it, and the other half. Once this goes medium heat, let it smoke up a little bit, let it build up. And to everybody watching, just so you know, every time I cook something, I do eat all of it because I'm not a waste, well, yes I am. If I want it, I'm not gonna waste it. So some for sauce, and right here, that's for the solid stuff. What we're also gonna do is we got our nicely heated infused oil, and we're just going to add a little bit in it. Just something to keep it from getting all clogged up inside that blender. That should do it. And then we put it to the mix. that to the side. I'm proud of myself, so leave me alone. So now that that was done, now we're going to nicely deal with this part. No, down here. Oh, right. The neck doesn't go that far. My bad. Yeah, I fully extended the pivot, so we're gonna do this instead. Here we go. Okay, so as I was saying, alright, so we got our vegetables doing this little thing right here, where they make a beautiful noise. Hang on. Like I was saying, they're making this beautiful noise that I'm hoping you can hear. One day I'll make my future home a studio when I get one. Shout out to my wife if she allows it in the future, when after, you know, me and you get married, maybe have kids. She'll just be like, he's doing his thing again. I'll be like, yeah, I'm doing my thing again. Now, everybody's like, what could complete all of what I'm doing right now? Simple. I have nachos. I'm gonna make tea also later on. So yeah, I have this nice, beautiful medley rainbow nachos right here. These have been stored for a very long time, and I'm gonna put them to use. We got a red, original white, and blue corn. For all those who don't know. Now, also, this is a sesame oil, a sesame and syrup. I think. Dang, I did forget what I made this out of, but it does have sesame seeds in it. And we're just going to add that a little bit. Like drizzle that across. Don't worry, I only had enough to get something done, not enough to actually overpower everything we originally thought through. Now, I am going to cook the meat, so I'm going to need another pan. And, you know, oh, shout out to Ninja Kitchen. That's where I got all my cookware from, by the way. Like, you know, all these giant frying pans, this square pan, these pots. I'm kind of impatient, but at the same time, I'm very patient. Kind of weird, but it does work out. Nachos are not complete without that. Hot and oil. Okay, my burner is being funny. Looks like we're going to reverse order a few things. In the meantime, we just need this to settle and completely keep cooking like it is. Let everything wilt down, kind of simmer kind of thing. So here we are. These are nicely simmering. I'm going to incorporate a situation because one of my burners is not doing what I want it to do, which is actually work. Be more careful. Now, for our meat, like I said, 80-20. Do I really have to do anything to it? No, not really. I mean, we got all this happening, and then we made that nice little blended sauce with all that, and then we got nachos. Like, sometimes you just need balance of nothing and something at the same time for everything to be amazing. Now, me being the flavor man that I like to be, though, yeah, we're gonna still give it a little thing of this. My rosemary oil. We will come back to you soon and make more. Don't worry. We'll continue on as a nutritionist guide for everybody. Alright, so we're gonna get clean. I did go to Walmart at one point and get some latex gloves for when I deal with raw food, because I'm one of those guys where it's like, we gotta make sure that I don't have to constantly go back and forth cleaning my hands all the time, when it just helps to actually have what is necessary. So that's another store. And shout out to the main store I go to for most of my stuff, Sam's Club. Now, I know some of y'all are correcting me highly in the comment section. You shouldn't try to break down the meat so early. Let it cook at least. To each its own. I prefer to do it early sometimes, and then the other half I prefer to do it on time. But yeah, you breaking it down early sometimes makes the juices come out faster, so then it just seeps in with the heat and the oil and all that. A lot of people don't agree with me on certain things, but at the same time, remember, to each its own when it comes to cooking, as long as you don't kill nobody when you're done making the food. give that some time not to burn. Now to test if your oil that you're using to fry is hot enough, just sprinkle a little powder. Give me a little bit of time. Now, anytime you sprinkle flour over top of your oil, it's basically if it bubbles up the same time that it makes contact, it's ready. If it doesn't, then it's not ready. It's a little trick I learned from my grandma and from also a few other people. So that's going to take some time. Nothing wrong with that. So right now, get these vegetables nicely simmering down, nicely taking care of business. So right now we got a hamburger running in the right direction. Well, at this point it's ground beef, you know, whatever you want to call it when it's at this point. The hamburger, the sloppy Joe mix, the base. I'm going to turn this all the way down to the lowest it can go. And then here we are. Jolly good show. Very good fellow, I know. Name's John. And his name was Bond. James Bond. And I'm Sean Connery. Secret agent man, secret agent man, I'm making tacos. Now, in this pan alone, we're going to give ourselves a little bit more meat. Alright, our oil is ready for frying. Now, specifically, I don't like my chips I don't like my chips clumpy, so how we do that is we basically, I don't really add the ones that are fully stuck together and all that. So, the ones that are not, I'm just going to drop them in. Let them have their little magic dance in the oil. And we do add them small, handful at a time. I don't have one of those deep fryers like you know, those nice restaurants. I work at a half fast food, like casual dining, where it's almost classy type restaurant. It's more like a classy bar type thing. That's where I work. It's not over classy, but it is like one of those places you go to. If you don't want to be like overdoing it, the 5-star Michelin feeling, but you still want to feel comfortable and down to earth. And atmosphere is great. I mean, As long as you're not an ass, you're gonna get great service. And if you tip well, you will get even better service. And that will be when you come back if you tip well. Like, nobody knows how it's gonna be, but treat people how you want to be treated. So it's more like if somebody says, hey, do you need anything? Just be polite. The same way you did when your mom and dad told you to show the respect that you want and deserve. That you say you do. Don't get mad. Just be respectful. It's that simple. Some people say it ain't, but it really is. They just don't want to. The ones that say it ain't. It's not possible, as they sometimes will say. It is possible to be respectful. Just the part of respect is remembering they are doing a service that you don't want to do and you didn't feel like doing. And if you are one of those people who go into a restaurant and you also work at one, show the same respect you want somebody to show you. So this is gonna be awesome. Bam. Bam, 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 bam. So we got our nachos going. We got a little bit of seasoned oil in the beef. We got that also done. Now to take it off and add it to what's next. again, shout out to Sam's Club because I didn't feel like paying 1,000 times over for sliced pepper jack cheese. And yeah, they had it. Now, is it the way I like pepper jack cheese, over spicy and crazy good at the same time? No, it's not like that, but it's still something good. Set that aside. Bring it over. Let those juices marinate really well. Set this right here carefully because that is hot oil and we don't want nobody burning. Slide those over. Oh yeah, I'm doing this thing right here where I take them from the oil to this type of situation. Get that excess oil separated from it. I know I ran out of paper towels. Leave me alone. Now for our sauce, we're gonna reincorporate it. This sauce is the wrong spicy punch in the mouth. The way those onions and poblanos working together, it's like, woo! I don't want no smoke, but I want this. Now, what I'm doing is fully getting that sauce in by folding. Everybody says what's this is not folding. I'm folding, believe me or not, and whether you like it or not, it is folding. Because I'm not really, well, this is stirring and this is folding. When you're dealing with sauces or creams or whips, this is what folding is, because you're doing it in a certain pattern, not just one rotation. Getting that oil fully infused. Now we ever so casually add in a few slices. My cheese is breaking apart because it's finally hit room temperature. It lost all of its coolness. I think pepper jack kind of breaks anyway. It's one of those good cheeses that if you catch it on the right time, it breaks down evenly and just like American, and doesn't split when it melts if you do it right. For shout out to all those who knew that American cheese does that. That's most of the reason why it's always used in on hamburgers. My cheese is breaking. Damn. Should not have pulled it out so early. But yeah, I'm a spice guy at life. Like my food that way. A little bit my women that way, as long as they're not trying to be, salty the wrong way towards me. Yeah, give me a little of your seasoning. I don't mind. Ladies, I love a little friskiness, a little wildness. As long as it's only with me though, because I don't share. If another dude can have it, then he can keep all of it. That's just how I am. I like to be able to know that I'm the one giving you that good work that everybody will be talking about later on. And nobody else but you will have. And to all those who don't like what I'm saying, do remember, if you're not down with that, I got 2 words for you. And also, remember, ladies, if you don't want to share your man, I don't want to share you. And since I love my woman only to myself and nobody else, the only thing I'm sharing is if we were in a relationship with another woman and everybody knows. So it's more like, yeah, not my fault, not my problem. Okay, crack up from the other pack and just drop it in here. Breaking. Cheese breaking. Making sure that goes well. No excess oil in the chips. My nachos are crunchy, just like they're supposed to be. Now we're gonna turn up the heat for the cheesy sauce, because we're gonna make sure it works. While that's going on over there in that neck of the woods, I'm cleaning up over here. Nachos. I know the white ones look a little burnt, but hey. Give me a sec, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, I was an idiot. I prefer not to have any house or forest fires right now on my watch. Take this off the heat. Let everything cool down. Now, once this is fully calmed down, we'll add to the rest of all this beautiful mixture.
microwave real quick?
What happened?
Can you use the microwave real quick?
Oh, hang on, my bad. Yeah. All right. Hey, so we're gonna put this right over here, and yeah. Wait. There you go. There you go. So our sauce has finally finished settling and giving us a little development in history and life. So we're just gonna pour that all over. Let's say liquid gold moment. Liquid gold, motherfuckers. I mean, yeah, I do mean that. Just liquid gold, baby. Look like something you see off of foodies. Those YouTube and food and Facebook channels. And then we taste one right now, just one. Woo, that is awesome. America, I'm in trouble. I just made my own blessing.